Hey guys, welcome back to Boosted Gaming. So today I have a brand new build video for you. Today we're focusing on another shield build. This time, however, instead of it capping at about 17 million, we're going to be pushing that cap to about 27 to 28 million. And we're going to be fully stacked in more than 6 skill tiers or shield tiers. So a lot of things are going to be stacking, guys. A lot of health going to be actually added to the shield. That thing is going to be impenetrable from anything shooting you from the front. As far as from the sides or your teammates behind you because you're in their way and they're shooting you in the back, I can't do anything for that. Just pray that they don't have as much damage output to eat through you instead of the NPCs that are in front of you. But anyway, guys, let's get into the build. Hopefully you enjoy it. Roll it. All right, diving straight into this build. So as you guys can see, this build is going to look pretty interesting, right? Using some of the pieces we've got. But you can see here we started off with the firewall specialization primarily because it gives additional shield mods that are going to help with all that. Plus, it's going to also give you better armor with your armor kits should you need to use one. So for what we're going to be using it for, best specialization to actually use. Getting into the actual weapons here, mechanical animals, our first one. This grants future perfection. Allows you to stack additional skill tiers up to 3 times. And if you can get to skill tier 6, it'll grant you overcharge. As you can see, though, we're not stacked into any yellows, so we're not going to quite get to overcharge, but that's okay. Getting into our secondary weapon here, this is the mop. This is the named shotgun based off the 612 shotgun. The nice attribute that this one always comes with is armor on kill. Nice little thing to have just in case we need to proc a little bit more armor. But again, with the shield we're going to use, you're really not going to be taking advantage too much of this either. However, you will be taking full advantage of the Liberty Exotic Pistol. So the Liberty Exotic Pistol was what's going to help keep your shield alive through any encounter, right? So the talent is called Liberty or Death. Hits grant 2% weapon damage and it stacks up to 30 times. Headshots consume all stacks, repairing your shield for 3% per stack. So this is going to help keep that going because obviously you're going to be face to face shooting your pistol. As long as you're landing headshots, you're going to be repairing your shield for however many stacks you've got, which is wonderful all around. Getting to the actual gear here itself, you can see we've gone with a 3-piece Foundry Bulwark. Now you can see here our mask is pretty well god rolled. You got max armor, max hazard. We got some armor on kill. You can really go any way you want with the armor on kill mod. You don't really have to go that way. You can pretty much use any one you want. But this is the first piece, which is going to unlock absolutely nothing. Getting into the chest piece here, you can see we've opted for the Gila Guard. So the Gila Guard 1-piece brand set gives us 5% total armor. You can see this one rolled with a really good armor roll, some health, some hazard, and then we have shock resistance built into this as well with that mod. The talent we opted for was Vanguard. Because obviously when you're using a shield, you're not meant to be doing a whole lot of damage, but you want to be able to make sure that your team is getting some kind of additional heals because they're the ones that are doing all the damage. So Vanguard's going to allow you to give them 45% of your armor as bonus armor for them for 20 seconds. So you'll see the little icon up here on the bottom left of the screen. You pop your shield. They now have bonus armor. And every so often, obviously, it's going to go on cooldown, 25 seconds. But as long as you keep an eye on it, your team will primarily have that bonus armor, the good portion of any engagement. Getting into the holster, we opted for the Richter and Kaiser. This is the Forge. This is the named holster for the brand set. This is primarily for the shield health attribute. Rolls with 50% shield health. No matter what forge you get, that's just the main attribute you get. And then obviously we opted for some hazard protection based off of where the build's going to be used primarily for my gameplay and my game style. Getting into the actual knee pads here, this is our second piece of the Foundry Bulwark gear set. This 2-piece bonus is now going to unlock that 10% total armor. And you can see here this one actually rolled with max armor, and then we obviously rolled some hazard into it as well. Getting into the final piece of Foundry, this is our gloves. This is going to help unlock 1% armor regen, 50% additional shield health. It's got max armor, and it's got some hazard built in. So another piece that's obviously fantastic, and that kind of rounds out the majority of the build. Now, the Memento backpack. I've always said that in a lot of builds that I've done, the Memento backpack, we weren't really taking advantage of, you know, the initial trophies, right? We weren't really focused on the 5% weapon, the 10% bonus armor, or the skill efficiency. That'll kind of changes with this because you're going to be up in the people's faces. So you're going to actually be grabbing trophies as you're moving around, as you're engaging enemies, as you're helping to knock them down. You may not take down every enemy because obviously you're not built into damage, but you will definitely knock down a couple. And when you knock those few down, you're going to keep getting those trophies. And actually, you'll get more trophies than you think you're going to get. So we're actually going to be taking advantage of the first and secondary parts of the entire buff for kill confirmed. So not only are you stacking into that short buff of 10 seconds, you're also stacking into that secondary buff that lasts 300 seconds. So again, Memento Backpack is not bringing just with it a nice little build diversity, but you're also getting the red, the blue, the yellow. So you get some weapon damage, you get additional shield, armor, and then obviously you also get your skill tier. So as you know, your shield operates on a skill tier. So if you look at our skill tier, we're actually capped out. You can see skill tier 6. We're actually capped out at a maximum of 7. We actually have 7 full attributes for our skill tier. So there's no way that our shield is going to be any less than what it should be. So you can see here the health of that shield is 16.2 million. Now, that's with some of the mods from the specialization. But that right there, the more kills you get, obviously you're going to be proccing that even higher. So I've had it up to almost 27 to 28 million when everything's kind of going. If you do land into a situation where you've got max stacks on your Memento, your armor is just insane. You actually got good weapon damage, and you're actually knocking people down with that pistol more than you think. It's just a fun build. It's a really survivable build. It's a really solid tank build. And like I said, that Memento really adds a whole nother layer to it. And then obviously you can see here I went with the Striker drone, primarily to be a nuisance, really. Your enemies are going to kind of help focus that, but the positive side to this is you're going to be skill tier number 2 with this. You got the 2 yellows. So you're doing a little extra damage with that Striker drone. But what's nice is even if the Striker drone kills an enemy, you're going to get dropped a trophy. And it's going to increase the Memento trophy backpack trophies that you get. So you're relying on your drone as well as your pistol to go through and help proc all your trophies for your Memento. The more kills you get, the more trophies you get. So that's the name of the game, guys. That's what this build is. This build is going to help you stack a lot more armor and a lot more survivability into the entire build as a whole. The Memento actually works really well for this. I'm sure there's other ways you could build this. You could go with Motherly Love gloves. You could go with the chest piece, but then if you take the Foundry's chest piece, you're not taking advantage because you don't have a full 4-piece. So there's a trade-off, right? You might not have the 4-piece, but at least you got a Memento backpack that's dropping you trophies, which is increasing your damage output, your overall armor, and skill efficiency. But again, guys, every build is different for everybody's playstyle. Everybody has a different playstyle, so this one really works for me. And I've found that I've actually had quite a bit of fun with it. I thought I was going to go down a few times, but believe it or not, I procced full shield and I was good to go. So it's a really fun build, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, this is just another build for the Memento backpack to kind of shine. And yeah, that's all I got for you. But hit that like button, hit that sub button. We're on the way to 250 subs, guys, and it's all because of you. So I really appreciate it. Really feel the love. Also, visit the link down below for our Discord. That's where you can find me as well as Team TSW. We're almost 10,000 members strong. Always looking to help people. Always looking to help you get through content or complete content. So visit that link down below. Share this page with your friends, guys. And until the next video, I'm out. Peace.